有9个人。
上课吗？不是今天不正常上课吗？
今天本来没有课嘛。
什么？
没事啊，我又不说话。哇，老师还没来。哇靠！今天怎么还有这么多人啊！我靠，我还以为今天人很少呢。哎，失算了，还有这么多。这是哪个？我看看。好，喂，啊，老师来了。
Hi.
Hi.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's see. Who's here? Looks like quite a few folks are here. Yeah, I was hoping that we could continue the discussion from last lecture, doing some more work on MongoDB, learning how to use. Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, can you all please mute? Yeah, and in particular, we had learned how to use Mongoose to connect programmatically to the database, and like to explore a little bit today on how is that we would integrate with it from a React application, right? And so also this will be the skill set that you'll need to work on the next assignment. So yeah, so that I like to get you going on that as well and cover that. And then at the end, we'll perhaps towards 8:30 we'll do office hours. If you have questions or need help with your assignment, we can work on that as well. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's okay, it's recording. Okay, good. Let me open the chat. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need this? I don't think I need this. Put this here. Oh, how can I move the chat around? Okay. Make this smaller. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see. We had discussed last time we met about how to connect to the database, how to use Mongo and MongoDB to start a server and then manually interact with it. Right. So and we saw that we created a data directory, which is this one right here. Right. And so we're going to continue working on that. We'll use the same exact. We'll start exactly where we left off last time. We'll play around with some of the services and some of the models that we created, the schemas and whatnot, so that we can then interact with it from the React application. All right. And we'll need all these skills so that we can work on the upcoming assignments. So let me show you the assignment. And this will be the last assignment. Oh, it's not available? Oh, it's not published. Okay, now it's published. All right. Let's go over it real quick. All right, so this assignment is all about learning how to use MongoDB, right? And as always, it'll be split up into two sections. The first section is a practice, where you're gonna learn how to install Mongo database in your local machine, configure the data directory where you're gonna store, Mongo's gonna store the database, how to use the Mongodb and the Mongo executables to start the server and then connect to it. So first we'll learn how to do that, and then we'll learn how to program, right? How to create schemas and models, right, to be able to connect programmatically to the database, and then do all the finds and the updates and the creates and the inserts and whatnot programmatically, and then use those skills, right, to then go to our Twitter application, right, and start adding some of that persistence. Okay, because right now our Twitter clone is storing the information in local variables on the server, and if the server crashes, right, or if we reboot the server, right, any changes that we might have made in the application, right, they would be lost, right? So we need to find a much more permanent solution to the current solution, right? So the first part is just to copy over all the content from the previous assignment to A9, and I walk you through doing some of that. Here's an A9 component that it has the practice and the build portion, right? And then in the practice side, right, just that you copied over from the previous assignment, you'll have to fix some of the links, right, so that they don't reference the previous assignment, right? They reference this particular assignment. Also, when you copy stuff into A9, you copy from the previous assignment, the practice, the build, but this time around, I'm asking you to just copy everything so that A9 is fully self-contained, right? That it doesn't depend on anything you're doing from previous assignment. So including the reducers and the services, right? So copy that over. Now the new practice and build, right? They might be referencing reducers and services from previous assignment. So if you copy them and move them around into A9, you'll probably break several imports, right? So you'll need to go back in and and fix some of those imports. So fix any broken imports that reference the services and the reducers, right? And put links, right, so that you can navigate to the different versions of the assignment so that they all work, right? All right, anyway, so that's just set up from the previous assignment. Yeah, so then I walk you through downloading, installing, and configuring MongoDB, right? You download it from it's from a free download from the MongoDB community server. There's this one right here. Yeah, why isn't this opening? Hello. Okay, you can select your database, your operating system, and then what package do you want to download, whether it's a zip file or whatnot. So once it's downloaded, you'll unzip it. And now on a Mac, a good place to put the unzipped file, it unzips into a folder. Okay, so that folder, a good place to put it is user local. So /user local, that's a good place to put it. On Windows, a common place to put it is on program files, right? You know, wherever you put it, just remember where you put it. Okay, I mean, you can put it anywhere in the file system. Although some operating systems now they protect the root directory. So like Mac OS probably won't let you put stuff at the root directory. Okay. And Windows, I think Windows still allows you to do, maybe it would ask you to log in and provide your credentials. Anyway, wherever you put it, on Mac, on both places, you need to add the bin directory. In that directory, there's a bin directory. You need to put that bin directory in the path of the operating system. So on a Mac, it would be on the bash profile. On Windows, you use the environment variable window, configuration window, right, where you can, and so I walk you through doing that for Windows. So anyway, so once that's done, you can just restart the computer, right, so that you'll have a brand new environment variables all set up for the path for you to be able to run all those scripts. So now you can start using the database, right? Remember that you have to create a directory. You did that already from the previous assignment, right? The data DB. So I'll walk you through that, starting MongoDB, starting the clients, you know, showing the databases, creating the webdev database, right? Inserting some data in there. So we already did this last time we met, right? You know, finding and inserting and deleting and updating. Okay. Then again, this is all practice, right? Just learning how to work with Mongo. Then to programmatically interact with the database, right? We need to install the Mongoose library, and here's a link to the Mongoose library and all the document. It's a really good documentation. I encourage you all to read up on it just to see what's in there. I mean, we're only using a small fraction of the whole library, so I really encourage you to explore more than that. Anyway, we install the Mongoose. We connect to the database in the server.js, and then we create a couple of schemas and play around with movies, right? Being able to insert movies, delete movies, things like that, right? And you know, all these examples start with, you know, first doing the schema, doing the model. I mean, once you do the schema and model, you pretty much are done. You don't have to touch those ever again, right? I mean, unless you're changing the schema, but that's uncommon. But then most of your work, it'll be in your DAO, in your data access object, right? And as I mentioned in the last lecture, right, it's a good practice, right, to encapsulate in a single, either in a single file or in a set of related files, right, all your database operations, to put them all in one place, right, so that you have a single point of maintenance, right, as opposed to spreading it over, you know, multiple files and all over the place. You know, it's a bad practice that you know, if you just need to connect to the database, boom, you connect to the database and you start using it. Instead, you should encapsulate that all in one or several data access objects, right? One for each collection or table that you're interacting with. So anyway, so this walks you through creating the DAO to interact with the movies. The first operation that we teach you is about retrieving data from the database. Now this will be able to retrieve data, presumably because you've already been interacting with the database manually. You've already been inserting stuff into the database. So this one retrieves all that data that you have been inserting manually. And then once you have the DAO, right, we walk you through creating a client, right, a React.js client, right, that can send requests right to the URL using the fetch function, right? Sending a request and the server responding with that data. In the response, we parse it out from the body of the response, right? And then we use it in a component, right, to render, right? You iterate over the list of movies. You're going to display it on the screen, right? So that's the part where we're going to be focusing today, right? We learned already how to create the DAO. We learned how to interact with the database manually and also now programmatically from the server side, right, from the command line. But we still need to learn how to interact with it from the React application. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So deleting, retrieving data, creating, updating. Okay. So that's what we'll do today. Once you had a chance to practice all that, you'll notice that there's a pattern, right? The pattern is always implement the access or either the create, the update, the delete, or whatever first in the DAO, right? That you use the model. You always use them, to implement any operation, whether you're creating, deleting, removing, or updating, or whatever, right? You implement it in terms of the model, and then you expose it in the service through some URL, right? So that we can send a request to it. So you expose it all that on the server, you restart the server, right? And then on the React client, right, you create a mirror image of the service, right? So if here in the service and the server, you're listening to this particular URL endpoint, right, as incoming request, on the React side, you are coding so that you generate the requests, right, that you're going to send over to the server, right? So it's a mirror image of that. And then from within the UI, right, whatever component UI component, right, you use that service to go fetch the data or update the data or delete the data or whatnot, right? And you create buttons and fields, right, to render the data that is coming back from the server. So that's a pattern. You do the DAO, the service on the server, the service on the client, and then the UI. Okay. Yeah, DAO, service, the client. Okay, so it's more or less that's over and over and over. DAO, service on the server, service on the client, right? And then the UI. Okay. Anyway, so having practiced that, now that you had a chance to practice it, we ask you to apply those new skills to the Twitter clone that we've been building throughout the semester, right? And for this time around, what we're going to do is that we're going to, in previous assignment number 8, we've been using data on the server, right, to store our changes, right, that we have been sending from the client, right? And that's how we've been maintaining state on the server. But we realize that if the server goes down, or if we reboots, right, all that is lost, right? So instead, we want to have something more permanent, right? So what we're asking you to do is those arrays stored in these files, right, in the who.json or the tweets.json, right, to copy all that content, right, that is in JSON files, to copy those or use the insert, right, in the Mongo database, right, to insert all this data into a Mongo collection, right, one for the who collection and one for the tweets collection. I'll give you a couple examples on inserting a tweet, right, into the database. But I do ask you to insert all the tweets that are in the JSON file, to insert them all into this new collection, the tweets collection. Same thing for who. Right. So the who and the tweets. Then, once you've inserted the data in the database, we ask you to create schemas and models for these new collections. Right. Here's an example of what the schema might look like. Feel free to modify it if you think you're missing a field, or some field is the wrong data type, whatever. Right. So I'm giving you here an example of what that schema might look like. You'll have to create a model out of that schema, and then you'll implement the DAO and service, for each one of these, right? So, so here are some placeholders for you to fill out, right? So, find all tweets, create a tweet, delete a tweet, update a tweet. Right? So notice that I've left them unimplemented. See this? There's nothing in there. Right? So you're responsible for implementing those. Right, you'll use, for each one of these, you're going to use the model to either retrieve all tweets, or the model to insert a tweet, to remove a tweet, to update a tweet, right? And you're going to export them all so that they can be used in the service. In the service, you're going to create these endpoints, right? They all start with /API tweets, and then these are the same APIs that you implemented in the previous assignment, right? So you should already have this. So what I'm asking you to do is to, in the old implementation was using the file tweets.json or who.json or whatever. So I'm asking you to not use the file anymore, because instead you're going to use the database for this, right? You're going to require the DAO, and you're going to re-implement. So I'm asking you to re-implement these to, instead of using the local variable, instead of using DAO, right, to send the changes up to the server, right, and retrieving the responses, right? Notice that I'm asking you to re-implement all these. Okay, so re-implement. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yes, that's the tweets, right? And that's, everybody's doing this. For the graduate, in addition, right, we're asking you to also do it on your own. Who to follow and profile. Okay, to create your own, I'm giving you here a couple pointers, right? To create a schema, a model, a DAO, and a service for the who, right? And also for the profile, you have a schema, a model, a DAO, and a service for the profile. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so after you've interacted with the database, I'm giving you here a tool, right? That is it's a database set of tools that you can import, also export or dump the data that is in the Mongo database. Just export it into a JSON file, so that you can include it as your deliverable. Right, so you'll copy those JSON files that you export from the database, right, and just provide them, right, as files in the Node project, right, so that the TAs and myself can take a look at it. You'll need to install the tools. The tools are not installed by default, right, and they're available here in the tools right here. There we go. You can download it for Mac or Windows, and you install it the same way you install the community server, right? It's a folder, you put it on the user local or program files, right? And then you add it to the path, right? So you can you add the bin directory to the path so that you can run all these commands from the command line. All right. All right, excellent. So that's the assignment. Any questions?
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
I have a question regarding A8.
A8. Okay. Yes. Is this something we can cover in the office hours, or?
Yeah.
Is it pertinent to the Mongo? No, I don't think so, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about assignment help, or unless it's something about due dates or
No.
no. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Yeah. So let's see where we left off in the lecture yesterday. We had created the data directory under there, the DB directory, and you'll see in there that this is where MongoDB is storing data about collections, right? So this is a working directory. You should not touch it. It's the working directory for the database, right? And now I know I told you to put it inside in this directory. I changed my mind. I don't think this is a good place to put it, especially because this could get really, really big, and it should not really be included in a repository, in a source repository. So a better place to put this is outside of this directory, maybe right above it, right? So that it's in the same place perhaps as where you have this this file, this directory, right? Nevertheless, that's where I put it this time around. That's fine. In the assignment, I do ask you to not put it here, right? To put it in the directory above this. So not in here. So the data not in this directory, but the directory above it. Okay. I think that's a better place. Anyway, let me start up the terminal so that we can go in there and start the database. And it's, let's see, where is it located? It's under NEU 2021 fall webdev A8. Okay, now I'm going to start MongoDB. Are people having problem with the Wi-Fi? Am I coming in through okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start the database by using Mongodb and giving it the directory where we're in. And notice you'll notice that the directory is in here, the data, right? And in there we have data and we have DB, and DB is the content of the database, right? Okay. So we can start it. Let's say Mongodb. And then --db path, and it would be data DB. So this is going to start the server up and running, and it's going to say that it's listening at port 27017. Okay, so the server is up and running and waiting for folks to connect, right? And you should leave the server up and running as long as you're working on the assignment. When you're done, you can just do Control-C and you can stop it, right? So now in a separate terminal, leave the server running in the terminal, right? In a separate terminal, you can start Mongo, right? And we had created, show DBs. I can't type today. My H key is wrong. Oh, interesting. Where's my database? Huh? Wait. Use. Which one did we use? Wasn't it webdev? Wait. Yeah, webdev. Did I not put it here? Show collections. Movies. Yeah. Interesting. Why don't I see it? Let's see. Data lectures. Webdev. And the DAL. Here's a schema, and the collection is tweets. Did I put it elsewhere? All right, whatever. Let me create a here. I'll say use webdev. Okay. I guess I don't have collections here. There's nothing in it. Show collections. There's nothing. So I'll insert a few things in there. Tweets JSON. Right. So let me insert a few things in there without the ID. Yeah, didn't we do this yesterday? I thought we did this yesterday. Let's say db insert, paste. There we go. And did I miss something? And so, oh, so it's db.tweets.insert, paste. There we go. Show collections. db.tweets.insert. Is there a, oh, am I missing a curly bracket? There we go. Insert one. Let me insert another one. Copy. And we say db.tweets.insert. Paste. There you go. And let me do just one more. db.tweets.insert, paste it. There we go. Okay. All right, so we say show collections now. There we go. And we can say db.tweets.find all. Those are the tweets there. Okay, perfect. And we had implemented tweets DAO just to verify that we can retrieve all the tweets. And let's see, there's find all tweets. Okay, so we should be able to just run this. Oh, we had an update example here last we met. So let's run find all tweets from, we can do that from the command line. And we'll say node lecture tweets DAO. There we go. So it connects, and indeed it retrieves all three tweets. Perfect. Okay, so it's working. Now this was me just running these functions, right? By saying node tweets DAO, right? And it looks like these are all working. We can update, create, delete, find, tweet, blah 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 blah. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to fix this a little bit. Now notice that we did the connection here, right? In webdev. A better place to put it is in server.js. Okay. The reason I put it here in tweets DAO is that I wanted to keep everything in a single file, right? So I didn't have to manage a whole bunch of files. But a more realistic implementation is that we don't really connect here because we're not only just connecting for tweets, we're really connecting for any number of collections and whatnot. So this is putting it inside of a something that is specific to a specific collection is not a good idea, right? So instead we're going to move this, right, and we're going to put it in server. That's a better place. There we go. Also here we have put the schema in the in the same file as the DAO, right? A better solution is to have a separate file, right? And this would be tweets, maybe schema. Okay, so we can move the tweet out of here. Okay, and then maybe we can export it. Export. Oh, module that exports equal tweet schema. Okay, and same thing with the model. The model should not be here. Instead, there should be a dedicated file. So we'll say the tweets model, where we need to import these guys, right? We need to const mongoose require mongoose, okay? And then we'll need the schema. We call it tweet schema. Will require, we just created under tweet schema, there it is. And that's it. We can then create the model. Once we create the model, we can export it and say module exports tweet model. Now in the DAO, the only really thing that I need is the model, right? So let's bring in the model. So we'll say const tweet model is the require the tweet model. There it is. All right. Okay. Okay. So this should still work just the same way. Let's try it out real quick just to see if we broke something. Let's run this again. Oops. Okay, something wrong. Mongoose schema. We have a schema. Schema. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we have a slight problem. Do we have Mongoose here? Mongoose, no. Oh, is it in the model? We require, okay, what about the schema? Oh, we forgot to load the schema. That's what I was complaining about. So const mongoose, we require mongoose. The other problem that I can't test this because I moved the connection out of the DAO. And so really the only place that I could test it, right, is on the server. So let me just see that if I didn't break anything. Yeah, let me put this back in the DAO just so that I could test the DAO independently. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can run this. See if the find is going to work. Mongoose is not defined. Where in tweet model? Tweet model. Oh, I misspelled it. Again. All right, there we go. So we're back in business. Okay, so this all works. I'm just going to remove this from the Mongoose here because it's in the server. All right, so we now need to make all this available to URL endpoints, right? We already know how to run the final tweet, find tweet by ID, find tweet by username, delete tweet, create tweet, all the CRUD operations. We know how to work them. Here are all the examples that we went through in our last lecture. I'm going to comment this out. And then notice that we've exported all these functions for other folks to use, right? In particular, the one that we want using this API is the service, right? So let's create a service. So I'll call it tweet service, which is going to expose the data, right, to a whole bunch of URLs, right, which together make up an API, an applications programming interface, right, so that other folks can integrate with us, right, and use the URL to interact with the database, right? So we know already how to create a service, right? Basically, you create a module exports, you create a function where I can receive an instance of the Express library so that I can then register a whole bunch of endpoints, right? And the endpoints typically are for functions such as find all tweets, right? Right. You have find a tweet by their ID. Okay, these are the functions that we want to implement here, and all the CRUD operations, right? You want to create a tweet, And these are going to be invoked by the client. The client is going to invoke these, right? And these are going to be using the model. We need to import the model. The DAO, sorry, the DAO. And oh, not import, sorry, const. There we go. Oops. What? No. I didn't say that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so we require the DAO and implement all these guys, right? Const update the tweet. Const delete the tweet. All the CRUD operators, right? And then we map these to URL endpoints, right? We say that we can say app.get, right, to something like API tweets is going to call find all tweets. Okay. Now the syntax for this URL has a very well-known standard, right, or I'd say convention, a very good convention called the RESTful convention, right? And the convention says that if we are retrieving data from the server, you should use the HTTP GET method, right? So this .get is listening for incoming HTTP GET requests. Okay, so that's a convention. And if you're retrieving the URL should have a very specific syntax, right, or structure. And the syntax is that whatever it is that you're exposing the data for, right? Like here we are exposing tweets. We want to be able to retrieve, all these tweets that are stored in the database, right? The tweets. All these are stored in the database. I would like to be able to retrieve that. So the convention is that the URL should contain or should end, right, with a noun, a plural noun that describes what it is that you are retrieving. So in this case, we are retrieving tweets. Now, if you don't specify any specific primary key, then the understanding or the convention is that the server would respond with all the instances of that particular collection, right? So it would be the tweets, the 3 or 4 tweets that we've inserted so far, right? Now, if you're asking for specific tweets, then again, the convention is that because you are reading data from the data source, right? You're using HTTP GET, right? And then because you're asking for a specific document, then you would specify the primary key of whatever it is that you're asking for. Okay. And notice that it's a parameter. Notice the colon there, right? And we have the find all tweets, which implements it exactly, right? If you are instead creating data, right? If instead you're creating data, then the convention says that you should use post to the same name that you would, the same URL that you would use if you're retrieving the data, right? And now the server can distinguish between these URLs. I mean, they look identical, but because one is get and the other is post, right? It knows to distinguish one or the other. So post, if you don't provide an ID, then the intended meaning is that you are creating a new document in that collection, right? And so this would be create tweet. More convention, right? If you want to remove something, then you should use HTTP delete. And typically when you are removing something, you're not going to remove all the tweets, right? Again, so if it doesn't specify a particular primary key, then it means that you are manipulating a specific tweet. Okay. So indeed, when you're removing, typically you mean that you're removing a document that already exists, of which you already know their primary key, right? So that's why we encode it at the end of the URL, right? And then we call delete tweet. And finally, we have update, which is a put, right? Again, the convention is that for updating a data, something in the data source, right? We use put, okay? And we put to the same URL where we are telling you exactly which document are we manipulating, we're updating, right? It's this one, the one that's in the tweets collection, and the ID, the primary key of the document that already exists and that we're trying to manipulate, we're trying to change, right? And we pass this to update tweet. There we go. All right, excellent. So let's focus on implementing one of these, right? Finally, we'll need to require this, right? So this brand new server or service let's see, we want to pass it the app, which is the instance of the Express library, right? So we'll do, oh, there it is. Oh, we did this already. Wait, require services. What's under services? Oh, we had it here. There we go. Okay, but this implementation, right, is the one I'm asking you to replace, right? So this one is using the old implementation of the file, right? This time around, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to be using the DAO, which is using the Mongo or Mongoose libraries to store data permanently in the database. Okay. All right. So yeah. So let's abandon this. We're not going to do this. We're going to instead replace. We'll say no, not that one. Instead, we are going to load. Let's see. Where is it? Lecture, I guess. Lecture. And it would be the tweet service. There we go. And we pass it, parenthesis, app. Okay. Which is, it doesn't exist. It's not doing anything yet. All right. We can, do we actually implement anything? No, we didn't actually implement anything. All right, so let's do this first one. This first one over here, retrieving all the tweets, goes to find all tweets. Now, because it's coming as an HTTP request from the server, we need to participate in that request response cycle, right? We're gonna get a reference to the request and a reference to the response so that we can send back an answer. So now we can use the DAO that we loaded, right, to actually implement find all tweets, right? We're gonna say DAO find all, misspelled it. It should be find all tweets, not singular. Anyway, find all tweet. What's that gonna do? It's gonna go out to the server. Right? So the model is gonna send the find to come back with an array, right? And we'll need to parse it out, right? So we'll say find all tweets. Now, this is so the client reaches this through an HTTP request, but then this server, this Node.js server, right, communicates with Mongo, not through HTTP, right? It has its own protocol. Actually, we did see it. It's the protocol is the Mongodb protocol. See that? Yeah. Okay. So and then the data comes back. Now it's not embedded inside of an HTTP body, so we're not going to have to like do a a response.json or anything like that. We don't need to do that, right? That's between the server and the client, not the server and Mongo, right? It's a different mechanism. Okay, so we have a DAO find all tweets, right? And we're going to say then these are the tweets, and we are just going to respond in the JSON with the tweets. Okay. All right, and I guess we don't really need this. I don't need this. Okay. All right, let's see if this works. This one at least. All right, let's restart the server. Okay, and so let's try and hit the server. Let's be localhost 4000 API tweets. There we go. There they are, the 3 tweets that we inserted in the database, coming from the database, not the JSON file. Okay. All right. Obviously, we'd have to implement all the other ones, right? And they're fairly straightforward. Okay. You know, these are all participating in the request response. This one is going to use find tweet by ID, right? Where I believe it takes arguments the actual ID. Okay, so we know the ID because it's embedded inside of the URL. There it is, ID. So we can retrieve it. We can say requests params.id. There you go. Okay, so that retrieves the by ID. Let's restart the server, see if it works. Let's refresh. Okay, if I know the ID of one of them, let's look at the ID. That didn't seem to work. DAO, fine, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, no, we didn't do we didn't send back the response. We went to the server to fetch the data, but then we didn't do anything with it, right? Then we get the tweets. Well, just one tweet, hopefully. We're going to say response JSON, respond with the tweet. Okay, let's restart the server and test it. Okay. Let's refresh. Uh-oh, I think we've made something wrong. Tweet is not a function. Tweet is not a function. Oh, what's this? Try that again. Restart. Okay, there it is, right? We were able to retrieve that one tweet. Okay, yeah, it's working. Yeah, well, we can do the other ones as we go. Okay, but meanwhile, let's plan on creating a UI for this, right? So for instance, in the React client, right? We can say we can open file. Is it this one? It's this one. Let me see if it's this one. No, that's not it. I think it's this one. Okay. All right, excellent. So let's keep going. So let's see. Let's do our practice in here. Here's our practice. And we have an API example, right? And let's create one for the tweets. So this is tweets. And we'll say, we'll create a JavaScript here. This will be tweet client. And we'll say import React from React. We'll say constant tweet client. Okay, and then here we might say, let's see, I just want to see that, make sure that we are in the right file here. So then we're gonna export default tweet client. Okay. Yeah, so in our index here, let's see. Let's add here that new example we just added, right? It's the tweet client, And now like you can run just to put a placeholder where we can start interacting with the database, right? Using these URLs back and forth. A9. Okay, tweet client. There we go. Okay, so let's do our work there. All right. Okay, so now interacting with the servers, pretty much kind of the same thing that we learned from the last assignment, right? The only thing that new here, right, is the database part, right? Here the client is the same as always, right? We're gonna have a service outside here, a service, maybe call it a tweet service. And it's the same type of service that you've been implementing all week for the other assignments, right? So nothing new here. So we're gonna do const find, find all tweets, right? And we're going to try and hit this particular URL. And we have an example of this here. I'm just gonna copy that. Like that. Okay. So find all tweets is just what? It's just doing a fetch, right? We'll say fetch. I guess fetch, and then to the URL, and whatever comes back, the response, we're gonna parse it out. And then the response will be parsed by whoever is calling this. Yes. All right. Yeah. So let's export default. So try to use this. Find all tweets. Oh, find all tweets. There we go. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the client can use this. We can say that on load, right? We are going to find all these things, right? We're going to say we'll need a place to put them. So we'll say tweets, set tweets. We've done this before, right? So this should be just a go over this, right? So use state. There we go. And this is an empty array at first. And then on load, we're going to do a find all tweets using the service. I'm going to say the service.
What was it?
Could you please
Yeah, I recommend the blue one though,
hi, please,
because
have
the white one is
hearing
under
you.
the food, so I don't
Hello.
really know. But you can see it's water, so you can see like if it's okay for you. And if you can help put water in the blue one that's up top.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi, can you all please mute? We can hear your conversations. Oh yeah, somebody was commenting. Shouldn't this code all be exactly the same as before? Since you have exactly, yes, Jack. This should be identical to the API that you already have, right? The only thing new here, right, is that on the server side, right, you're providing all these endpoints that are now, instead of using the JSON file, right, you're there instead using the DAO. Yeah, that is correct. The ID is a path parameter. I'm confused the difference between that and the previous .get method. Can you explain the ID part again? The ID is a path parameter. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jack, for answering those questions. Yang, can we use brew instead? Yes, definitely you can use brew. Can you go over what to do after creating a Heroku account. Oh, right. I never added that part, did I? For the Heroku part. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to make it a requirement for this assignment, but I'll add steps to it, and it'll be a requirement for the next one. But yeah, I'll add steps there that you can follow along to install this on Heroku. The challenge on Heroku is that we're also going to have the database is going to have to be remote as well, right? You're going to have the server running remotely, but also you're going to have a remote database, right? And that part we haven't gone over yet. Yeah, so good point, Jack. So I'm not going to go over most of what we already covered last week on creating the connection between the API client, React client, right, and the server. So that because that code is identical to what we already have, right? So I'm just going to focus most on the things that we need to do for using the database, right? So anyway, so yeah, this is nothing new. We're exporting this, and so in the tweet client, we're going to import all the entire service. We're going to say import service from, right, service, tweet service. There we go. So we should just be able to say service dot find. Yeah, we go, fine. And we're going to parse out the tweets here. Again, nothing new here. We're going to say set tweets to the tweets that come from the database now, right? Before they used to come from a JSON file. Now they're coming from the database, right? That's a big difference here. But from the UI's point of view, there's no difference. It should care where it's coming from. And so this is we're going to say on load, so on effect, I am going to call find all tweets. Okay, and going to render them here, down below here. I'm just going to go on your UL, class name, list group. I'm just going to iterate over the tweets. So tweets.map. I have a tweet. And for now, I'm just going to be a simple lists item. List group item. And I'm just going to render the tweet. I'm just going to say JSON stringify. I'm going to convert the tweet into a string and display it. Don't forget to put a key here, which will be the tweet dot the ID. There we go. All right, let's see what that does. There we go. See, those are the three tweets that come from the server. Right. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into details how to render this. Maybe we'll just render the actual tweets. Maybe that's what we'll do. So just render here the tweet. There we go. Actually, no, it has to be in curly brackets, right? Okay, they're all a lot of Ipsum. Okay. Yeah, so to implement all the other ones it's basically the same. It's very similar, right? So let's head over and just implement all these. And feel free to use a lot of what we're doing here is very applicable to what you're doing for the current assignment, right? Especially in the build part, which also works very well for just practicing this, right? These are all implementing request response for the client and server, and they all use the DAO, right? And so find create tweet, you'll be using the create tweet. You're going to pass on the body, right? That comes from the client for the update tweet. Again, request response. But in the update tweet, notice that you have the ID as part of the URL, so we can extract that. We say we'll call update tweet in the DAO, and the ID we can retrieve from the parameter, right? So we can say request.params.id. And then I believe it's expecting the actual objects that's coming from the server, which is also in the request in the body of the request. Okay, and delete, right? Delete is passing the ID as part of the URL. So we can say DAO dot delete tweet by ID. We extract the ID from the parameters. Now, in all of these, we should always send back a response. Right here, we've sent back the specific tweet that comes back for that ID. Here, we're responding all the tweets, and create is going to respond the object that was inserted, the actual tweet, the single tweet, right? And we're going to send it back to the client verbatim, right? So tweet, there we go. Now, both in the update and delete, they don't come back with the data that we inserted or anything like that. Instead, it comes back with some status saying that, how many documents were updated, and we'll send that back to the server, to the clients. Maybe they can use that statistics. For delete also, it's a status that comes back from the database, about whether the delete was successful or not, and we can send that back to the client as well. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the implementation, right? And the DAO, yeah, basically, right, here's the implementation it's the same implementation that we implemented our last lecture, right? It doesn't change, right? The only thing that we added here was the wrapping of the DAO inside of an API, right? A URL API, right? So that HTTP API, so that folks can invoke these commands, right, to the server, and which invokes it back to the database, right? Okay. Anyway, yeah, feel free to use this for your purposes or even for the assignment. Pretty much, this is the implementation of the assignment. There it is. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna do office hours now. If you have any questions or need help with the assignment, I'm glad to answer those now.
Hi, Professor.
Yes.
Yeah, can I ask you a question about the A8? It's about Heroku.
Heroku, yes.
Yes, but actually in the assignment, just like the last classmates mentioned, you didn't specify how to deploy our project in Heroku. So yeah, so could you please give us more, update our homework document and give us more specific instructions, because I have discussed it with several TAs and they told me that they can't solve it. So
yeah, I think I even have slides for that. Just a second. No.
Thank you.
Are they not part of the modules here? No, I guess not. Heroku, AA, blah, 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 the plain Angular. No, the plain node. Okay, these are just plain React. Okay, React. Right, let me I'll create a brand new server. I'm not going to use the server that I have because it's connected to a database and I know it's going to fail. So instead, let me go up here and let me just walk you through the steps. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm going to create a directory.
Hi,
Make
Professor.
directory. Yes.
We can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry. Share screen. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make directory. I'll call this node on Heroku. Okay, so I'll go to node on Heroku. I'll just initialize this. And I'll create a really simple server. Let me open it up here, open. And this will be node on Heroku, there it is, open. And in here, I'll do terminal. I'll need Express, npm install Express. And I'll need a server. So let me create a server here. So a new file. So it says server.js. I'll do import Express from not const Express equal require Express. And this will be const app equal Express like that. And we'll do app.listen to port 3000. Okay. And he will do app.get hello. And we'll say we're going to do a request response. And we're going to do response.json or yeah, JSON responding with message hello world. Yes. And let's run this. npm node server. Oh, what port? Go to 5000. Okay. And if we go to localhost 5000. Oh, hello, right? Okay, there we go. All right, so we have a running server. We need to put it in Git. All right, so let's head over to Git. We'll say Git, GitHub, and we'll create a new repository, and we'll call it node on server is available. We'll create that on Git. We'll initialize the Git repository. So Git init, Git status. Okay, we don't want the node module. We don't want the node modules. Okay, so we'll add a Git Ignore. So we'll say new file.git ignore. Yes, so we don't want, for instance, we don't want this idea. We don't want that. And we don't want the node modules. So node modules, we don't want that either. Everything else we want. Let's see, Git status. Yeah, everything else we want. So we'll say git add everything, git commit, first commit. Okay, we have everything. Now we're gonna push it to the repository. We'll say first commit, we did that. Branch main, remote, and we're gonna push. Oops. Okay. Wait a minute. I need to log into a GitHub. Let me throw away my credentials. And let's try it again. And my password, I forgot my password. What's my password? Let me stop sharing for a second. Stop sharing. So I can get my password just a second. Password. Okay, I can share again. Share. All right. Yeah, so I pushed everything to Git. And if I refresh, there it is. It's in Git. All my sources here. Now one of the things that I do need to change to make this work on Heroku is that here on the server, I can't use 5000. I can't use port 5000. I can use that here locally on my machine. On Heroku, right, it needs to be something else, right? Actually, Heroku passes us the port that we're supposed to be using in an environment variable, right? And that environment variable is only available on the server when it's running on the server, and that's available. That's available on a variable called env for environment variable, and the variable in there is port. Right. So this says what this says. Is it env? Wait a minute. Oh no, wait. It's process.env port. I think that's what it is. Let me just check real quick. Process.env. Deploying React to Heroku. Is this it? We find it. Process. Yeah, process. Oh, capital port. Capital port. Okay. I'm going to send this back to GitHub. So git status, git add, git commit, fix port for Heroku, and git push. Okay. All right. Now I can head over to Heroku and say, so Heroku. Log in. Later. All right, I can now say Heroku, blah, 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 new, create a new app. And I'll call it node on Heroku. Heroku is not available. Huh? Heroku 2. Create app. And then I can say deploy method, blah, 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 from GitHub. Right, and Januzzi, and I think it's called node on Heroku. Let's say search. No repos found in Januzzi node on Heroku. What? Isn't that what I called it? Node. Oh, node on server. Oh, node on server. Wait, node on server? That's a stupid name. Really? That's what the name I gave it? Node on Heroku. Oh, I call the repository wrong thing. It was supposed to be node on Heroku. Okay, I'm sorry. Node on server. Okay. Search. All right, found it. It's this one. I'm gonna say connect. Blah blah blah. Automatic. So enable automatic deploy. This means that if if I push something new, it'll redeploy. Okay, automatic. So I think it's probably redeploying already. You can now blah blah blah. Main deploy yada yada yada. Deploy disable. Okay, you should be able to see whether what's happening behind the scenes. If you go to more and you look at console, you can look at the console. Oh wait, no, not quite. Pipeline, run console, view logs. Is this view logs? Okay. Enable blah 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 blah. Application log all processes. Maybe. Well, I guess we can kick off the deploy manually. Manual deploy. All right, there it is. So it looks like it's running the deploy. And you can look at the build logs, see if there's anything wrong. Capture the build, blah, 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 build success, yada, yada, yada. Oh, okay, it says that it's deployed. Deployed. So we're gonna open up the app. Okay, but I know I have a hello there, right? Hello. There's my hello. See that? So now I have my local one, right? My local one, listing at 5,000. But now I also have the same exact node application, but running on Heroku. That makes sense?
Yes, but I have one more question. So for other service file, like profile service file, we also need to copy that service file into the Heroku.
Yeah, no.
Node of Heroku.
The code that runs locally in your machine. So if it works locally in your machine, it will work identical when you deploy it on Heroku. The only difference, the only thing that is different is that you don't listen at the port that you listen to locally. Local, you only listen to port 4000 or whatever. When it deploys on Heroku, you need to add process.env.port. That is the only difference.
Okay, but
actually, if you code it like this, it'll run in both places, right? Because locally, you're not going to have this environment variable, so it's going to use the local port. But when it's running on Heroku, this will be defined, and it will use the remote port instead of using the local port.
yes, but in the server.js file, we only have hello, right? But what if we want to import other service file like movies service file and
yeah, okay, so is it working locally?
Yes.
So, okay, then it will work identical in the right. So but anyway, so you create here other services, so we'll call it the hello service, right? Well, no, I meant to create, let me delete this. So say you have a service out here, right? And this is hello service. And so you move this here, you move it into the hello service. And this will be module.exports. So you've done this before, right? You create a service outside, right? Here's your, right? And in here you just import it, right? You say you require the hello service, right? And you pass it app, right? Right, you've done this, right? This is part of the assignment.
Yes, thank you. I just want to make sure that we also need to add other service file, right? Like movie service
I mean, you have to, otherwise it won't work, right? You have
Yes,
to add
yes.
it here.
Yes,
right?
correct. Okay. I
Yeah.
got it. Thank you so
Sure.
much, Professor.
Sure.
Professor?
Yes.
I have a couple of really quick questions about assignment 7 and then maybe a really stupid question about a project.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let me share my screen.
Let me stop sharing. Wait.
Yes, please.
Stop sharing. All right, go ahead. You can share now, I think.
Yeah, so I should be sharing. Can you see it?
Yes.
I'm moving my mouse in big circles.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So for the Explore screen, I can't get my little icon to render, and I'm not sure why. Like I'm just not sure how to do it.
Can you see there the code where you're trying to do that?
Yeah, let me pull that up. Right here.
Oh, placeholder. I don't know. Can you use those in the placeholder?
It doesn't
You
look like I
can't.
can, so.
Yeah, no, I would not do it there instead. Okay. Instead, what you could do is render it outside and then style it so that it's showing inside.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I've been doing, right? So you put it inside of a span. Right, so you put it inside of a span. Oh, I have my keyboard layout is different than yours. Can you cut that?
Yeah.
Or and paste it inside of the span? And then give the span, I don't know, some class that you can then style. In the quotes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, so let's see if we render this. Oh, okay. So probably is not even a valid tel rec. Does it even exist? Let's see, tel rec.
I mean, I used it in my previous assignment and I think it
Alright.
rendered, but.
Tel rec entity, right? Entity.
Yeah.
Retrieving tel rec HTML entity. HTML entity. HTML tel rec.
Huh. Well, that might be my problem.
Oh no, you're right. It is tel rec. Tel rec. Tel rec. Let me see. Is it spelled correctly? Tel rec. No, that is correct. Why is it not rendering? Oh, maybe. Wait, aren't you using font awesome?
Yes.
Why aren't you using font awesome? I think font awesome has a magnifying glass. There you go.
Okay.
And then but you can't put it inside of the input field, right? So what you do is that you can do with CSS, right? You can put it wherever you want it.
Okay.
Right. You can give it style, position, absolute. And then move around, right? You can say left 20 pixels. Right?
Yeah, okay.
And then you can put it exactly where you want it.
All right, except I should do that in my CSS file rather than,
Yeah, exactly. That's why, it's put a WD magnify and then move all that style into that class.
okay, awesome. And then, oops, sorry, I think you still have my screen. Okay.
I'm sorry?
And then, oh shoot, I forgot what my other question is. So let me ask my question about the project. For the project, I created a new repository for my group so that we can merge code on GitHub.
Yep.
But I don't remember how to set up a project in IntelliJ from a repository.
Say it again.
But I don't remember how to set up a project in IntelliJ from the repository.
You do a clone.
And then that's it?
Yeah, I mean, once it's pushed to the repository, you know the URL. You can copy that URL, and then you say git clone and that URL, and then it copies everything down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Oh, and I remembered my other question. It was about the assignment 7.
Okay.
It says to do a what's happening index.js.
Okay.
Working with forms. Where do I put that? Do I just put that in components?
I think was supposed to be in home.
In home screen? Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, sure.
Hi, Professor.
Hi.
I have an issue in deploying my website for assignment 7. Could you please help me with deploying my site?
Go ahead, show me. What's up?
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I believe so.
Uh,
It's not rendering yet. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so I don't know why, but still I'm actually looking at the same assignment 6. It doesn't render my assignment 7. I don't know why. My repository is up to date.
Is it running? Is it oh, it's up to date? Okay.
It's up to date, yeah.
Okay.
This is the basically assignment 7, and it's not in the remote server.
Okay. Can I take control?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that this is there, right? So if
Yeah, there are some couple of errors. Yeah, but errors are different.
Okay, so it's failing. Looks like it's failing. Bills could return non-zero.
I believe.
So we have to see why it's failing, what it doesn't like.
Yeah, these issues.
Let's see what the issues are.
Yeah, this.
Error message, blah, blah, blah. Command failed with exit code, yada, yada, yada. CI run bill, blah, 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 blah. And bill, run bill, blah, blah, blah. Caching, starting, yada, yada, yada. Bill return non-zero exit. Okay, let's see. Okay, is this the
Yeah, this is my repository.
okay, and the repository you last updated 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's site settings, domain. let's just do let's try redeploying elsewhere. Let's see, new site. Do it again from scratch.
Mhm.
Blah, 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 GitHub. And it's authorized, okay.
Yeah, this is the one.
It's this one, right?
Mhm.
Coming, blah, 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 main, yada, 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 yada. Base, direct, npm, run, build, blah, 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 blah. Deploy site. Let's see. Let's see if it gives us brand new errors from the beginning. I like the name, Optimistic Booth. Is it printing the? It's not printing the logs, is it? Custom domain. Warning deprecated, blah, 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 Babel explains. Check me out, blah, blah, blah.
But it worked. No.
Build command fail npm run build and build command from resolving config build command npm run build command origin UI opt build script return non-zero. Fail to build site due to user error. Build script return none.
User error.
Can you show me on your IDE?
Mhm. Yeah, this is.
Oh, is that the IDE?
Yeah. Yes, this is the one. Yeah.
Okay, it's this one, right? And the terminal. So you do Control C. Can you stop that?
Yeah. Yes, Professor.
Can you stop it? Control C. On the terminal, can you stop it?
Yeah, I'm trying. Actually, it's loading. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, say yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why it takes time today. Usually it doesn't. Okay.
Probably it's Zoom.
Oh, maybe.
Git remote. Okay, it's the same one, right?
Oh, it's yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just want to. Yeah, these I don't want to push these files. These are for previous assignment, and I don't want to push.
Oops. Oh no. Oh, really? You kidding me? Oh. Whatever. So what? But it might be that what you had before, it's actually broken, right? So the fact that it's working here and it's not working there, you know, it's kind of suspicious. So so we don't really know if that is truly broken, right? We can't say that it because it works here and then it should work over there because they're not the same, right? So what is it? Why can't you push this?
Because there was some changes I made for future assignments, but but I mistakenly did changes in these assignments too, and the deadline is over, and I don't want to push this because I
Yeah.
will get my
Yeah,
master's.
yeah. I mean, we can't really make any conclusions, right? If what's broken there, it could be also broken here, right? Because you've made changes, right? So we don't really know,
Mm,
right? And we won't know until we can push a working
okay.
version.
Okay, so maybe I can push. Okay. So
Okay,
can I-
do we want that source.zip in there though? Why
Yeah,
is there why do we have source.zip in there?
because there was some issue I was discussing with the TA, and he said to send me the zip file so that he can debug and help
Okay.
me. So
Okay,
some
but
assignments.
I don't think it should be part of this source
Mhm.
code. I think right, if you have source zip, it shouldn't be here. Could we move it from here? Or can we remove it, or
Yeah, sure. That was some previous assignment. So yeah, I created this zip file to send to the TA.
okay.
Professor spelling.
Hello? Okay. All right, so can we go back here? So this should try and redeploy. So wait, so we did go through, right? Main, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Site profile. Yeah, it's just starting up. Professor, really, it was an issue because I did not push whole files.
Wait, fatal. Error checking out submodules. Fatal. No URL found for submodule lectures. Uh-oh. Is that webdev fault? The fa21 lecture? Is that a? Oh no. Was that a Git repository under there?
I can't see where is the error.
This here. Oops, wait, wait a minute.
Mhm.
This is not expand. Okay. Yeah, see where it says here webdev fa21 lectures. That looks like it's a repository within a repository.
Oh yeah, this was the repository I basically clone in my.
Yeah, you can't clone a repository inside a repository.
Now.
No, that, yeah, no, you have to remove that. Yeah, you have a .git instead of a .git.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you can't have that. Oh no. I don't know if it's easy enough to just remove the directory or just move it around. What's it called? Move. Oh, the connection's so slow. And so move, I guess, let's try moving just this, move it up one. Let's see that if that fixes it. Oh, we have two going at the same time.
Professor, are you able to see my screen getting updates, any updates? Because I can't see anything. Is it complete or not?
Well, it says installing NPM modules using
Okay,
NPM
yeah,
version
now I can see.
810.
No, I can see.
Christian API is considered legacy. New code should use blah URL version. Switch from NPM install GUI. Not including breaking changes. Does anybody have a quick question while we wait for this?
I do.
What's up?
So I was having that same issue where with the font awesome icons where I wasn't able to load them correctly when I downloaded it because like a certain file wouldn't be recognized. And I don't know if anybody found a fix for that at all because like I don't want to have that on 2 assignments. If you know what I'm
So I mean, there should be only one vendor, right? In like a top level vendor.
right.
Let me just tell something here to the student here. Did you see the errors? Can you go back?
Yes, Professor, the errors are in app.js.
Yeah, I see that you have all those defined but never used. Could you just remove them from there?
Yes,
on
Professor.
app.js. Okay. Yeah, who was I?
That's me.
Who had the question? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, are you saying that as you copy one assignment to the other, you are also copied a whole bunch of versions of Font Awesome or something, or?
No. So on Piazza, there's a post. Somebody made a post about the download for Font Awesome not working because they were getting this error. Like fa-brands-400.eot, it can't resolve. And I wasn't sure if there was any resolution to this problem because like I'm unable to use the Font Awesome icons properly for the assignment.
Okay. And do you have do you have it under public/vendors or did you move it over to source?
It was under source. Source vendors.
Source.
Yeah.
Can you try moving them into public/vendors and then inside of index.html, just doing a link to them instead of importing them from the React.
Yeah. Can I do that from the what's it called? Like the CDN?
Or the CDN? Yes, even better.
That would work.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. That's actually a preferable solution.
All right, that would be preferable for me too. Okay, thank you, because I didn't know how to solve this problem.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Hi,
Right.
Professor. I have a quick question. That
Yes.
I joined the class late, but till now only 2 assignments are graded. Is that normal? It's been very long time since my other assignments have no grades at all.
I mean, we are behind about 2 assignments behind, but you might be even more since you joined later.
Yeah.
But yeah, can you ping me tomorrow morning and we can take a look at it together?
Sure. I posted a question to you on Piazza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ping me here. Just ping me at I'm gonna put here my phone number. Feel free to send me a text and then we can take a look at it together.
Oh, sure. Thank
Phone
you.
number I posted for everybody. Please don't share it. It's my personal phone number.
Sure, sure. Thank you,
Okay.
Professor.
Hello, Professor. I have a small question.
What's up?
Could you answer the question by Marco in the chat? I would like to know the answer to that question.
Marco. Okay, do we somehow have to link our React app on Netlify to the server on Heroku? Yeah, since I haven't explained how to do it. I mean, I just went over it in here and I demonstrated how to do it, but because I didn't explain it in the assignment, I'm not going to require you to deploy it on Heroku. I will explain it for the next assignment, A9, which I'll go over not only Heroku, but I'll also go over MongoDB on how to connect it remotely. But yeah, not for this assignment.
Okay, but so when we deploy our assignment to Netlify,
It's going to fail because
yeah,
it doesn't have the remote server running.
exactly. So when
Yeah, I
for
understand.
example, we do the changes and trying to save them, and we refresh the page or whatever, then the changes are not going to be saved, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
So, but that's fine for this assignment.
Yeah, because we didn't go over Heroku. So
Okay.
yeah, meanwhile, you'll have a broken React.
So how are we going to TAs know that our implementations is working locally versus is working on the?
Yeah, no, they'll clone down your applications and run it locally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can you, like you're teaching foundations of software engineering in the spring semester, can you quickly tell what's the syllabus like in a brief and what's the tech stack for the same?
Software 5500, you mean?
Yeah.
For next? Yeah, that's definitely not part of this.
Yeah, but can you just tell what language we'll be using?
We are going to be using a lot of the same stack that we're covering right now.
Okay.
But we go over all the processes that you go through and using like an agile process of gathering requirements, creating functional tests, creating unit tests, folks doing code reviews. So all the process that engineers go through day to day, actually working in teams. Working through a project. We happen to be using React and Node.js and the same stack that we're working here, but the focus is software engineering.
So will we have assignments and exam or?
Of course, yes.
And project as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Professor.
Just a second. Who was it Anita who was I forgot who was I helping on the deployment.
Yeah, Professor, I'm the one. I'm
Oh.
working on it. I'm
Oh,
removing
okay, go ahead.
the-
Okay. I'm sorry, who just,
Yeah.
Ankur?
He's done with it. I was the next
Oh, okay.
person. Okay.
Smriti?
Yes. Professor, I just had some logistical questions. Like we are having A9 as the last assignment, right? And what is the due date for A8 and A9 both?
So A8, I believe A8 is, wait. Is this Sunday, and then A9 is the following Sunday.
All right.
I think so,
And,
right? I think that's what we said.
Yeah, one of that says Saturday, I think.
Sunday.
A8 says Saturday.
Oh, it says Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're all of them are due always on Sunday at midnight.
Okay. And what about the quiz that is going to happen for Node?
Yeah,
As-
I'll have it, probably we'll have to do maybe one on Tuesday, maybe another one on Thursday. I don't know if we have enough weeks to do all the quizzes. I think we still have enough weeks to do all of them.
Yeah.
If not, we'll do something like Tuesday and Thursday.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Professor.
Ashi, you had your hand up.
Yes. One thing was for A8, I thought on Piazza, someone had said that it was due on November 21st.
A8?
Yeah. I don't know if it was question 769.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think no, I think I've been saying for the last couple of lectures that it was due this upcoming Sunday.
I thought you pushed it because of A7.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh wait, what was A7 then due on Sunday?
No, A7 is due today.
Oh, today. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, and then A7, then A8. Oh, then A8 must be due a week from today at least, right?
Right.
Yes, which I believe is the Sunday.
Okay. So November 21st, would that
Yes.
be?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And then I had another question about, so for my script for the date, I tried to do an input of date, but it's not showing up. Like, is it okay if the user can just like edit it, right, 2012, and then save it?
I'd rather that it be a type date. What type did you have it? Can I see the type of that input field?
So I.
Oh no, it would have to be input type date, not text area type date.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and there we go. See, there's a little icon on the right. And you can set, you can choose.
And then
yeah.
the reason this probably isn't rendering for the date that I put in is.
Yeah, the value probably is the wrong format. Can you see the format of the date? Yeah, that's supposed to be yeah, like that -909-09. Yeah, and then you can remove that. Okay, and then refresh. There we go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure. Eliud, you had a question?
Just a small comment. Could you update the due date for A7? Still.
Yeah, let me do that.
Thank you.
Hey, Professor, I had a question after. Am I allowed to go right now, or should I wait?
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, like I set up for A8, I set up my entire backend, so like on Heroku. So and then I changed all my.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah, so I changed my assignment, like the front end of what we see, so that it works with like the URL that Heroku is using. But for some reason, I'll just share my screen. So can you see what's going on my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so this is like the local host, and like it works fine and everything. But for some reason, when I like deploy it onto Netlify, then like every single time I try to like this all works and stuff, which is all fine. But when I try to see if it persists, I get this error, page not found or something, and I'm wondering like, will I be like ticked off for this, or should I like switch back to the previous?
No, you won't. Yeah, no. This you say you have expecting a for please page not found. Yeah, no, you won't be. This is a Netlify issue. Weird that it doesn't let you refresh. Can you press on the URL input field where at the top? No. Yeah, just press where it says Twitter/home at the top. No. Yeah, do enter. Interesting.
I think
wow.
Let me try here too. Yeah, it looks fine here on localhost.
Huh. Interesting. If you go back. And now you can't refresh. Okay. All right. That's okay. When you're here, it works fine, right? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I think maybe we should use another. You know what you could try and do? Try this. Go to your app.js.
Let's see. Yeah.
Okay. See browser router.
Okay.
Try hash router instead.
Hash router.
So type hash. No, just replace the whole thing. Just click. Yeah, hash router. Okay, there it is. See, bring it. Okay, no, you didn't let it import. Okay, all right. Can you deploy this into Heroku and try? I mean, into Netlify and try again?
Yeah, I can do that, and you can do like someone
Yeah,
else.
and let me know.
Let
me know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, thank you.
All right. Next.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Manushi. What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Professor, I got stuck while updating the edit profile screen. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
So like.
Okay.
So when I'm doing edit profile, I can do like here changes and all, but when I'm clicking on save icon, it's giving me an error.
Yeah. Okay. Can you show me your reducer?
This is the reducer.
Profile. Save edit. Return state. Save action dot profile. Profile data. Can you show me your profile data? Can you go in there? You should be able to just click here on line 1, no? Command click. Okay. Oh, it's an array. All right, go back to the reducer. Can you? Oh, profile, action profile. So the save edit calls that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Can you try? Can I take control? Can I see something? This is Windows, right?
Yes.
Right, can you save that and try again?
So on saving, it should navigate back to profile screen, or it should stay here only.
It should go back. Wait, what if you click on X?
I haven't
Oh,
done it.
does not work yet?
Yep.
Okay, it's not crashing anymore.
Yeah, but when I'm going back to my profile screen, it's not updating.
Okay, let me see again. Can you do inspect? Let's see, source, edit profile. Let's see. Which is was 7?
A7, yes. Build. Edit profile screen.
Where is it? Okay, so what are you doing here? Okay, profiles, so to select all profile. Interesting. Exit, and what do you do here? Update. Exit, where's your input field?
Down.
Inputs, value, where's your value? Value, local profile first thing. Okay, so you have your local profile. Okay, so profile is use state profile, select all profile. State profile, okay. But then what do you have here? Profile data is profile JSON, but that's an array, isn't it?
Yes.
It's an array. So you put the array here, and that's what the state goes. So this always has to be an array, right? Because you start off as an array, right?
Yeah.
And this has to be an array. And where is your this A7?
Yeah, they are only in edit profile list.
Where is your repository? Your where's your store? Here?
Yes.
Okay, profile. This is one. So the profile, that's an array. So let's confirm that.
Yes, it's an array.
So if we put here profiles. Oh, okay, so all right, you do have as an array profiles. That's plural.
Yeah, but I never use the profiles anywhere.
But then what is this then? What is this profile?
I use the local copy.
Oh, that's why it's not changing. Right, you always do using the local copy. You're always using this.
Yeah.
And so you have to use set local copy. This one here.
Yeah, but Professor, in line 28, I have to do use state profiles, right? In line 28 only I have to change.
Line 20?
8
Oh, line 28. Use profile.
profiles. If I do this.
Yeah, so yeah, it would be something like profiles sub-0 or something. Local, and then
And everywhere
and
I
then
can local profile.
or instead of here, you'll be in the select all profiles. You know, this would be select, you know, one profile or something. You'll rename that. Rename that. Oops. And then here you can return the first one. Right? And say, okay, now it's a profile. Your profiles, okay, your profiles, okay. All right, so now you have like a, it's plural, but now it's only one. And so now in the input field, where's the input field? Say this one, right? Then it would be value, local profile. Oh, okay, local profile, very good. All right, so that should be able to update now, the first thing. Oops. Ah. What?
Yeah, you put debugger somewhere.
Can I remove that breakpoint? Can you remove that breakpoint? Maybe right click on it and remove breakpoint. Yeah.
It's not
Uh-huh.
removed.
Wait, let me see. Maybe it is removed. Wait a minute. Can you try editing now? Okay. And then I don't know, saving or something.
I'll go to profile. No.
Yeah. Also, Manushi Gupta. I don't know what that. Where is that going? Getting that information? Where are you rendering that, Manushi Gupta?
I am doing from here. Same way.
Okay. Okay. So you're getting it from this hard-coded value. It's always going to be Manushi,
No,
right?
here also I've used the selector.
Where's the selector? I don't see a selector here. Selected all profiles. Okay, so here too, you need to get the number 0. Okay, so get the, so select all profile. Okay, so line 8. Okay, or there too, 0. And then so profile, blah, blah, go to profile line item, profile item, go into profile item. And go down. Okay, so profile, first name. That's if you provide the value. That should work. Do I try it again? Wait, what? What was that? What is it that you changed?
I did that 0.
Wait. Wasn't it? What? Didn't we have that already?
But you changed it over here, right? So I went and.
Oh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it has to be changed over there.
Oh, what happened to this? No, I'm not taking that 0 thing.
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that it's the original state is an array, and all throughout you have to treat it like an array.
Yeah,
That's basically what I'm saying.
I'm taking the first element, then it's throwing error here.
I know, because maybe elsewhere you're not treating it as an array. So just like you have the item here, you have the edit over there, and even in the reducer, maybe sometimes you treat it as an array, sometimes you notice that you had a profile colon something, right, instead of an object. So you were replacing it into a from something that used to be an array into now it's an object. So you might have other places where you have the same case.
So I can remove it from being an array.
I mean, you could do that, right? You could just say that the profile is not an array and remove the square brackets. Yeah, you could do that. That might be easier. So now everywhere where you had an array, you have to so for instance, if you have to go to the reducer and now make sure that it's always treated as an array, not an array. So go to the reducer.
But I never here I have to change.
Yeah, remove the square brackets there. What else? I don't know. Let's go back. Profile. Okay, so now it's not an array, so definitely you cannot do a map, right? So, because map are only for arrays.
Okay. So directly I'll just return this.
Yes. So yeah, you don't need that whole thing. You can just do profile item. Yeah, you can remove all those curly brackets or anything. You don't need any of that. You don't need the curly brackets or anything. No. In line 12, 15, 16, you can remove all that. And I don't know why you put it in a list. It's only one. I mean, you could just replace this whole thing with just profile item. And again, you have to make sure that everywhere there's no maps anywhere. Yeah, why don't you work on this, right? Removing all these map stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, let me help someone else.
Sure. Thank you.
How are you, Professor?
Great, what's up?
May I ask a question about your other course in Spring?
No, not now. Ping me tomorrow. I have your phone number there. Just ping me in the morning.
I mean, it's a quick one. Just you have
Okay.
2 sessions. I just want to know if there are difference between those 2 sessions.
No, usually all my sessions are identical.
Okay, and they are, and they are both online.
I don't know. I don't think so. Are they?
Okay. In Spring, they are marked as Boston, so they are not online. Because you in lecture, I think you said that all your
No, what I said, it'll be in person in Boston, but I usually have all the Zoom. I let people join remotely.
Okay, got that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Professor,
Yes.
I resolved my issue for deployment. It works now.
Yay. That's awesome. Good for
Thank
you.
you for your help. And Professor, I have one last question. It's simple one. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
Okay, so everything works fine in my edit profile, but not the date. Like it's not changing the date. But in my edit profile item, I have type date, and in profile.json, I have correct formatting. But I don't know why it's not working.
Go back because it's not rendering like a date picker. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see the update, the unchange?
Okay.
On the code unchange.
Okay, on the code. Yeah.
Event, blah, 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 update profile, event.target.value. And what do you do with that? Can you show me update profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the implementation up.
Yeah, wait, it's loading. Yeah. Yeah,
What are you
this is
doing
my
here?
implementation.
Update type. Are you passing a type for the date?
Yes.
No, can I see? I don't see that you passed it here. Can I see? I can't see.
Yeah, see here the type.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
that's location. Sorry. It for date, it's this.
Date of birth. All right. Can you so you have it up the top? It says date of birth. Can you go up? You have birth, but not date of birth. So call this birth. Just birth, lowercase b. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Professor.
Sure. Good luck. Anyone else?
Hi, Professor. I just had a quick question about when we, maybe if I share my screen, maybe. So for when I do edit profile, is there a way to make these, like change the color and change the font size?
You mean for the placeholder?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Because in the in the screenshot that you had provided, it seems like your name was like larger than the actual like title.
Yeah. Placeholder. Yeah, you do this right here. Let me put it on the chat.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So like this would allow me to change like if I'm doing like, I'm not here, sorry. Well, I guess it would be the value.
You mean the
So,
foreground color? You can change the foreground color with just plain old color.
Sorry?
You just with the CSS attribute color, you can change the foreground color.
Okay. But then, oh, like here, if I do,
And not the class, the style. You say style.
oh, so,
Yeah, double curly brackets. No, again, curly brackets. It's an object. It's a JSON object. Yeah, no, you need the curly brackets. You take out no square. Yeah, and then again curly brackets. There we go. So say color, colon, and then maybe I don't know, white. In quotes. The white has to be in quotes. Yeah.
oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep. Sure. All right. Who else? Ashi or Laura?
I'm all set. I was just working on homework while you had office hours.
Sure.
Professor, I'm still stuck.
Okay.
Oh,
Xiao?
yeah, I also have some question. Maybe she can ask first.
Okay. I have removed all the maps,
Okay.
but still it's not changing after saving. Like if I go back to profile, it's still,
Yeah. Yeah. Can I take control?
yes, please.
Okay. Let me see something.
This is the profile. Okay.
Can you save?
Yes. I've saved.
Okay. Okay, so it is getting it from here. Okay. Which is correct. That is correct. No, it's not updating. See that?
Professor, do I need to put look right here?
Okay, so we got to see why it's not updating. Probably here. No shade. Why is it not updating? Edit. Is it this one?
No,
No.
this one.
Why you have a list? Why you have two of these? They can be all just one. Can you save that?
Yeah. But I
You
think
saved?
yeah, I see.
You saved?
Yes.
Okay. Huh, it's not changing. Why is it not changing? Why is it not changing? Set local profile. Oh, so this should be local profile, right? Oh, I have to change it here. So, oh, okay, so this should be not profile. You should always work with a local profile. And this should be local profile. Okay, can you save?
Yeah. 1 minute.
Let's refresh. Edit. Okay. Wait. Say continue. Okay. Let's save. Can't scroll up. Well, I don't know why I can't scroll up. Save. Oh, what's JDS? Did I misspell something?
No, I quickly did the one.
What happened?
I was thinking the first time it was in mode, so
What happened?
I was,
I can barely hear you. Hello?
yeah, is it audible?
Now it is. I can hear you. Okay, so let's change that. Let's continue. Save. Local profile. Okay, change now. Continue. Oops. When called with action, say the slice reducer for key profile return undefined to ignore an action, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot something. Yeah, you called it profile over there. Can you save and try again? Wait. Let's remove this. Let's remove that. Okay, refresh. Okay, can you change it? Something. Okay, save.
I'll go back to profile.
Wait. Let's look at profile here.
Yeah, it changed.
Oh, it did change. Okay. There you go.
Oh, so local copy is the whole issue.
Yeah, you should always work with local copy. Anything that is being passed is only for initialization purposes.
Thank you, Professor. Thanks a lot.
All right. Sure. Good luck.
Thank you.
Xiao, you had a question?
Yeah, can I ask you some question? I think I need some bug. I need help.
Sure. What's up?
Can I share my screen?
Of course. Go ahead.
Wait.
Are you sharing? I can't see it yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where to share the screen.
At the bottom, there's like a green button that says share screen.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Can you see the screen now?
Yep.
So what do you know what happened for this one?
Eric could not find read this is context value, blah, 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 wrapped in provider. Okay, can I take control?
Yeah.
Can you did you give me control?
Yeah, I know what to wait. Can you control now?
I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Okay. So usually that what I've seen that happen is when you go to app.js and you have all these you have all these routes, right? And see if you go to A7 Twitter Explorer, right?
Mm.
And these are not in any. Can you comment that out?
Okay.
Okay. Also, can you remove this exact true here? The whole thing. Yeah, remove that. Now, can you go into build? See, can I see that build under A7, right?
This one?
Okay. Yeah. Can you try again now? Can you refresh your? Oh wait. Explore screen. You have explore screen twice.
Which one you said twice?
Yeah, you have it on line 23, and then you have it again on line 28. Yeah, I think you only want it once. No. So maybe comment that out. Okay. Can you refresh now your screen? This is Okay, so this is something different, right? Can you go into the explore screen?
Who the
At the
following?
top, at the very top here. Wait, why is this all this HTML in here?
I just copy all the things to the A7.
Oh, okay, well then, wait, what? Build, who? Build, who? Build,
To follow list.
wait, Twitter Explore, right? Twitter Explore should be,
Oh, I put it in another file. It is the go down. Is yeah. To follow list is go down. Yeah, here.
what, I'm confused. So wait, so you have build, right? And this is index. And this is rendering these two, no?
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm very confused. Wait a minute. Let me, can you comment that out? Build, Twitter Explore. Can you go back to the IDE?
Okay.
Can you go back to the IDE? A7 practice. A7 Twitter. How are you loading? I don't get how are you loading who to file list?
I will show this file.
Huh?
I will show you this file. It should be. It should be.
No, I understand, but it's not even loading. This who to file shouldn't even load. Well, that's my question. Why is this loading? Well, okay, whatever. Let's meanwhile, let's comment this out for now. I don't understand how is this loading. Can you comment that out?
Okay.
Oh, wait, not everything. Just this. Comment that out. Okay, so we're here. Explore. Now, okay, can you back to the IDE? Okay. So basically we are here. Okay, we're here. Now you need to add slowly one of these. So if you comment that out, comment it in. So that would be whatever you have in the explore screen, which is this one, explore screen, explore screen. So it would be this one. So this one has the who to follow list. And then the explore component, and then the navigation sidebar, which I don't know if does work. Does it work? Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I would go one by one, try to fix each one of them independently, okay?
Yeah, it is where I don't know where is the bug.
Yeah, no, I got you this far, right? You now you are in here, and then you have to now who to follow. We commented out a lot of stuff here. You're passing who, which is an object, which says it's an array. And well, we could take a look at what's in it. if there's anything in there. Let's see, you're saying you're grabbing who. So we can see what's in there, right?
Mhm.
Right. Oh, wait, this is who to follow. Wait, where you put who to follow though?
In my design, who follow is the right column, not the middle one.
Where?
Yeah, it's the right column. It's the
This
right
one?
No, not middle one. The right one. The right column. The third column.
This one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not running anything. Wait, who to follow? Source scan. Okay, there it is. Okay, and so what are you doing in here? Who to follow, and then who, which is who. There we go. There's your data.
Oh.
So now you should be able to iterate over this. Oops. There we go. So you don't need this anymore. Well, you'll clean it up. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. No, thank you.
All right. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Can I ask some question about your database cost in the next semester? So do you still have the database cost for the next one?
For when?
For the next spring 2022.
No, 2022, I'm not teaching databases. I don't believe so. I think I'm doing 5500 and 5610. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, so okay, I see.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Sure.
Can I ask another quick question?
Sure. What's up?
I'm having some issues with my CSS. Let me share my screen. And all right, so I have this really stretched image for some reason.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I can't seem to get padding in between. And for some reason, my top component and my bottom component are different sizes.
Hmm.
So I can make this a little smaller and we can pull my code up. So these are the two components, the tweet list and the what's happening.
Let's see. Navigation's on the left, and then tweet list and what's happening. Okay. All right, can you go into what's happening? Actually, can you right click on that overstretched image and do inspect? Let's see, what are you doing here? Can you make that bigger at the bottom? No, actually the other way around.
Oh, sorry.
But I mean, and raise it up so we can see more code.
Oh.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. Flex, blah, 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 float. Column two. I guess. Deflex, rounded circle, deflex. Can you not do deflex for a second? So yeah, can you remove deflex, see what's happens? Enter. I guess not. Wait, can I take control?
Of course.
Round the corner, blah, blah, blah. Are you sure the original image is not like that? No, it isn't. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Border radius. Flex. Width.
Maybe I need to make.
Wait, oh, okay, you're having. That's the original code. Yeah, I think what's happening is yeah, you shouldn't change the apply column to the image. You should apply to the parent, but
Okay.
not the image. Because just normally when you change one size, it should scale normally, but I don't know why it's not scaling. Why is it not scaling? Surrounded, blah, 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 blah. So if you set the height, it should scale the other one. But it's not. Why is it not doing that? Something you're overriding. Padding, border radius, 50%. Flex, oh, flex shrink. Left. P0 around the corner. Oh, width 100%. Max width. Why is row being applied to this? Okay, this when you have a row, it's supposed to be instead of a column.
Oh, okay.
So you can't have UL cannot be a child of a row. So rows are supposed to have columns inside. So
Okay.
between div and image, you need a column. And between this UL and this div, you should have a column. Oh wait, you have a row, and then you have the ULs down below. Okay, see column 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here you need another column of 2, for instance, but not the image.
Okay, but like a div with column 2 around the image.
Yes, and then you should be able to modify the image all by itself, and you should scale all by itself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, all right.
I'm trying to stop my share. There we go.
Professor, can I ask another question?
What's up?
Professor, I have used for displaying the date thing, the input tag of type date.
Okay.
But when I'm clicking this, it's not opening the widget, calendar widget.
Wait, I think isn't it at the right, all the way to the right?
You can, okay.
Here, wait, over here. There it is. Yeah, it's over here. It's black. You can't see it.
Okay. So I just have to.
You can change the color. You can change
Okay.
the color, I think, somehow. I don't remember how to.
Okay, I can check that. And Professor, I have one more question is like, do we need to change this? I mean, this
Yeah,
edit
no,
button, do
no,
we need?
no.
And Professor, like you have written first name and last name in one only. So now we have done like first name and last name different fields. So is it has to be together?
No. I'd rather have it separate. Yeah. Although if you had already put it together, like some students use just name, then it's okay. I'd rather have it separate, like you have it. Yeah. But if you had already done it with name, then it was okay.
Yep. Thank you, Professor. Good
Yep.
night.
Good night. All right, I'm beat. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Anything else?
Can I ask you another question?
All right, what's up?
Can I share my screen?
Go ahead.
So there's another bug.
Now properties of undefined reading tweets. Tweets, use selector, blah, 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 blah. Okay, can you go to tweet list index? Tweet list, go in there, tweet list index. Can you remove the dot tweets at the end? Line 5. At the end, dot tweets, the last dot tweets. Can you remember that? Move that. Try that. Tweets. Select tweets. Can you put on line 11? Line 11 at the end of, yeah, put tab, do a tab. No, at the end. Tab. Okay, type tweets. And then at like ampersand. Ampersand, the squiggly.
Okay.
Above the number 7, the symbol above number 7.
This one?
No, go to 11, line 11. The key, the character above the number 7 on your keyboard. Can I take control?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Can you save and try again? Yeah, something's wrong with your tweets. It's not coming back. Go to your reducer. Somehow it's not generating the tweets. Go to the reducer. The tweets reducer.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you never fixed this. Yeah. Yeah, we fixed this a couple of classes ago. So this. All right, can you save that?
Okay, can I try again?
Yeah, save and refresh. Can you go to tweet list index? Tweets. Where's your provider? Who tweets, create tweets, tweets. Tweets, who, blah, 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 provider. Oh, you're not using a provider. Where's your provider?
Oh, I've got, so I should insert the provider before the browser router?
But wait a minute, but didn't you have a provider? No, wait a minute. You already showed me a provider. No, remove that. I thought you showed me a provider before. Did you take out the provider?
I use provider maybe here.
Okay, here we go. All right, then copy this from here. Copy that.
Okay.
Okay, go back here. Now paste it here. Writer tweets. Tweets it's not a function. Tweets. Tweets. Can you go back to the IDE?
So
Store. Go to the tweet list index. Here. Tweets. State tweets. Oh.
it should be index file, index, the first one in this file. Yeah, this one.
There we go.
Why is the other place I can't type twice, and here I need to type twice about the.
Because now you're using two reducers.
What? Can you say again?
Now you're using two reducers. Before it was only who. Now you have tweets and who. So now the who is inside of another one, right?
Oh.
But before it was the only one, so it contained the whole data. Now it's inside of a who. So when it was all by itself, then it was okay. But now you have two. You have tweets and who. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go to sleep.
So sorry to trouble you so much.
Okay. It's okay. No.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Professor, a quick question. My
Okay,
A7 still says it's overdue. I don't know if it's because of the deadline.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that if you could extend the deadline for A7, because mine says overdue. I don't want the TA to grade it as late.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll change the due dates. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.